Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us. Email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this Rolex Certified Pre-Owned Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona. Now, this is one of my favorite Daytona variants. 6-digit, it's a 116509 in white gold with matching bracelet. This is a D series, so 2005 Rolex Certified Pre-Owned, 40 millimeters in diameter, 12.3 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. We're just talking the case. 47.5 millimeters end link to end link, total distance across the wrist, 52 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. It's hefty, all in white gold, really gray gold. We'll talk about that in a moment. The watch wears nicely on my wrist. It's not too big, and I found that while there are many 40 millimeter sized Rolex watches, Sea Dwellers, Daytonas, GMTs, Submariners, the Daytonas wear more compact. The case shape is different. The lug curvature is different. They wear smaller. Think of it more of a 38.5, 39, and you get the idea. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference, and I'm pulling the bracelet fairly tight here, compressing my wrist. You can see this fits easily. It'll easily fit on a wrist of 14 centimeters circumference, maybe even 13 and a half. I have seen some women wear it quite well. It's the power watch for him and for her. Now, the timepiece is flat enough to fit under a cuff, no issues there. The bracelet, Oyster style, with a conforming end link to better mate it to the case. This is what's known as gray gold in the industry. It's a white 18-karat gold that is white all the way through it. Never needs rhodium replating. And if you scratch it, it's the same color underneath. The bracelet tapers down from the end link towards the clasp. You can see the flanks are polished, the center is polished, and then the flanking links on their shoulders are satinated for a little bit of contrast. Removable links on both sides are fixed in place using screws. You can see that there's a little half link in there in case you find yourself in between sizes. And we've got Rolex's 5mm tool-free adjustment system, which is known as Easy Link. 5 millimeters in or out, snap in, snap out. Take a look inside the clasp. You can see that there are 3 pairs of divots, and you can use your strap tool to change the anchoring point by moving the spring bar. Now, this is the pre-2009 version of the Daytona clasp, so you can see things are a little bit different inside. We have this friction fit socket closure, which snaps shut, and then we have a clamshell externally. So we have a little kerf so you can dig your nail and pop this open and remove it from your wrist. It's a little bit of a different design than what would come after, which would use the little lift lock system instead of this socket-style friction fit closure. It's interesting to see the inside of these clasps. They can tell you a lot about the watch and its era. So taking a look, MA1 is the clasp code. Taking a look at the case, this is what you pay for with the Daytona. Beautiful, sinuous, sexy, compound curved lugs. This is anything but the so-called super case. These lugs are not massive, they're not squared off. This is a beautiful watch that really is more evocative of a dress chronograph from some angles than a sports watch, and that is a good thing. I mean to say it has profound elegance, similar to the Yachtmaster case in that regard. Now, the bezel here is razor sharp. For a watch that's now 20 years old, that's important to note. You can see the faceting on its flank and just how sharp those facets are as they break from each other. The lacquering within the bezel shows no signs of being diminished, no reductions. It is a tachymetric scale bezel, so you can use the red varnished chronograph seconds hand to gauge the speed of an object such as a race car over a kilometer, because after all, the Daytona does have strong motorsports associations, and it remains the most sought trophy in motorsports as the winner's gift for the driver of each class-winning car at the annual Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona. So the watch here has 3 screw-down crowns, 100-meter water resistance. You can see we've got a triplock crown in gold. You know that because there's 3 dots, but the middle one is the largest, so that's a triplock crown in gold. The dial is unusual and memorable as it has a combination of black, white gold, and red accents. It's very sporty. And the black dial base is unlike other Rolex dials that are glossy and lacquered. This is a matte finish for a cool look. And I mean that both in the sense that it's a very steely and cold aesthetic, but also it's just cool. Taking a look at the numerals, you can see they're white gold. The hands are white gold. The crown is white gold. The idea is that those elements will not tarnish or oxidize over time. We will do a quick lume shot here just to clarify that while there is some lume, it's not extensive excessively luminescent. We do have the big red Daytona script over the 60 seconds register at the base, and I believe I've wound this one up so we can fire it up. Vertical clutch, chronograph. The vertical clutch has no play. There's no jump or stagger when you start the seconds hand, and because of the vertical clutch, you can leave it running full time with no additional hazard, wear, or tear to the movement. That's an advantage of vertical clutch. Now, this Rolex manufactured caliber 4130 also has a column wheel, which makes for super crisp operation. It feels good, it sounds good. We also have a hacking seconds function. So you can pull the crown out all the way, and you can stop the seconds hand if you wish to synchronize it precisely to the second against a reference time. The movement has 44 jewels, automatic winding with bidirectional action, a ball bearing on the rotor, and a 72-hour power reserve. So it has a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for shock resistance, an overcoil hairspring Breg A profile shaped by hand so that it will keep consistent time no matter the position of the watch on the wrist. And although the alloy was not parachrome bleu at the time this watch was made, it was still niobium zirconium on the Daytonas, so highly anti-magnetic. The movement also features a 5-position adjustment and a COSC chronometer certification. Remember, this is a 44 jewel movement. It replaced the Zenith El Primero based caliber 4030 in the year 2000. It is a Rolex manufacturer caliber, deeply shock resistant, and a watch that is anti-magnetic and water resistant as well. One of my favorite Daytona designs of all time. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. Rolex Certified Pre-Owned watches are backed and authenticated by Rolex. Should any reconditioning be necessary, it will be to a Rolex Certified standard, and any parts invested Rolex Factory Original. Should the initial retail box, paper, and accessory set still accompany the watch, it will be included with the sale. But no matter what, a Certified Pre-Owned box and paper set starts with an outer box, a leatherette travel pouch with suede lining, a warranty card that embodies the 2-year globally valid Rolex-backed warranty. Note, this is not a retail warranty, but backed by Rolex and actionable at any of its authorized points of sales and service. A leatherette wallet includes the warranty terms and conditions manual. A holographic hang tag marks this as a certified pre-owned Rolex watch, and a manual details Rolex's values as a company. The certified pre-owned program, care, feeding, service, and use of your Rolex, locations of points of sales and service, and details of Rolex.com. Rolex certified pre-owned watches are backed only by Rolex.